This is Talking Back to Basics. It's your boy, Chinese Poppy,
And Manic Mommy.
where we have honest, authentic conversations about building relationships that thrive with purpose and respect. Today's topic is labels.
Labels. Labels such as, let's start with the whole narcissist trend.
We pulled this up on Google. Narcissism is a personality disorder characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy, and an excessive need for admiration. Symptoms include grandiosity and arrogance, entitlement and sense of superiority, need for constant admiration and validation, lack of empathy and compassion, exploitive and manipulative behavior, difficulty with criticism and feedback, hypersensitivity to perceived slights.
That was a mouthful.
Yes.
I didn't even know. There was so much to it.
Just the symptoms alone.
They are insane. Yes. Like everything. Everything negative they possibly could have put in there
Right.
is in there.
About feeling full of yourself, validation. I think in a way, if you're full of yourself, you wouldn't need any more.
I understand what you mean. And why is that a bad thing? That's
Right.
what we're saying. Why? Because when the word narcissist, like they're taking labels and making every label trendy.
Yes.
A girl hears narcissist and her boyfriend lies to her all the time and she's like, oh, he's a narcissist. My husband's a narcissist because he does this or that. Like they literally start self-diagnosing their partners and the people around them, and that's dangerous.
Even more so their relationship.
Oh.
Identifying that and label their relationship as I was with a narcissist.
They just run with it. And it's almost like a trauma bonding thing.
Almost, yep.
Like, girls will get together and be like, well, I was with the narcissist.
Just
Oh,
two,
so was
yeah.
I with the narcissist. Seriously?
So,
Everybody was just with the narcissist?
But that also goes into how we were looking into other different types of medical diagnoses, like a psychopath and a sociopath, and even borderline personality disorder, how similar some of the symptoms and traits are for those labels. Sociopath, for example, where the person has a lack of empathy, just like a narcissist,
Yep.
remorse and guilt, along with pattern of antisocial behavior, manipulation, like a narcissist, and egocentrism. CEOs
Yes.
can turn that trait and use it for good.
Yes. But right when people hear these labels, instantly it has a negative undertone. And that's one thing I refuse to allow into my life, into my marriage, because everybody can be labeled something. I'm telling you, anyone goes to a counselor, a doctor, we're all screwed up in our own ways. All of us have been through things, trauma, heartache, whatever it is, and they'll just throw a label on you and say, here, take some meds, and everything will be fine.
You can have certain traits within these diagnoses and thrive.
And be a completely fine individual.
Completely
And
sane.
nobody
Right.
talks about that.
No.
Nobody talks about that. Like, for instance, I'll just speak for myself that I was diagnosed very young, which was crazy. And then again in my early 20s. And of course, they just wanted to give me medicine and everything else. And I would not take it because I'm like, I'm literally thriving in life. I'm doing great in high school. Like I was doing wonderful, getting ready to start law school. What do I need meds for? Like my life wasn't in turmoil or anguish or anything else. It was very interesting. But just because I had drive and I wasn't socializing, I guess, because I was working on my craft and getting prepared for school, that I just didn't understand it.
You're a psychopath with borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
A wrong thing to do to a young individual trying to grow up and find themselves.
I mean, my frontal lobe wasn't even developed yet.
Yeah. So being told by professionals, then medicated to think that there's something wrong with you, is completely insane. It could have hurt you had you taken that.
Yes.
Right. Or if you believed in it.
Worse.
And that's just unfair to put that label on you and to distinguish you in that kind of manner. Because you can be all these things, but if you're not using it for evil, you're not doing bad things with it. Like, you don't try to manipulate a relationship.
Yes, but in business,
Of
am I going to
course.
manipulate anything I possibly can to make the deal or to, persevere? Yes, but I don't understand, like I said, why we have to have all the time the negative undertone.
Right. In certain situations where you need to,
Yes.
where it's called forwards
Mm-hmm.
about business. We should be.
Yes.
We
And
should be.
everybody has a bit of narcissism in them.
Yes.
We all have grandiose behavior. We
Mm-hmm.
all have, so to just coin it like that and then everybody just calling everybody a narcissist once they're rude or they're mean or they lie, all of a sudden everybody's a narcissist.
But even within the word or that definition, there's other definitions like manipulation and for psychopaths, egocentrics, to further define a category for you, to further
Yes.
put you in a box for them to talk about you to other people.
Yeah, no, it's not. And again, I don't know why people, well, everybody's not like us, but if you do get diagnosed with something or anything else, first off, you should take multiple doctors into consideration. Don't just ever see one doctor and be like, oh, that's it. And you can be happy, you can thrive, you can do great at business. You just have to find your space. We have to take away the labels defining us or us thinking we're doomed because we got diagnosed with something or, it holds too much power.
We give the word power by accepting it.
For sure. And the first thing I actually did was look it up, right? And then I was looking at, of course, the positive. I didn't look at the negative or anything else. Like every time somebody hears psychopath, they're like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. Like you're going to hurt
serial
people.
killer, yeah.
You're going to hurt people and you're going to do bad things.
Because you lack empathy and remorse.
Lack of empathy can have you running companies in no time.
Oh,
because you
sure.
can't have empathy in those kind of situations.
Right.
That's something else. That's a whole nother conversation that people don't realize.
Yeah, I remember when I was working and I went to go see a therapist about work and she kindly asked, have you ever thought about you being a narcissist? And I'm like, actually, no.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, I looked up the definition too and I was like, okay, I can see myself having sort of, some kind of traits to it.
Yes.
The ones that really matter to me, the entitlement of superiority because I know what I'm doing at the job.
Yes.
I should.
Exactly.
Right?
What is up with the bat on superiority too?
Given the position I was in, I had to be the supervisor to people, right? So if I wasn't taking care of them, making them feel like I know what I'm talking about, how can I lead?
Exactly. So why is that a bad thing? Superiority. Right. If I'm better than you, I'm better than you.
Yep.
Like they want to, it's almost like the monkeys in the bucket all pulling each other down. Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with knowing that I may behave or act superior to others. If I earn that position and I earn that spot, like even with my law degree, do I look at other people like, heck yeah, I'm superior to you? Why is that a bad thing? We should be proud of our accomplishments, proud of who we are.
Absolutely. I never once felt like I was superior. I wanted to be a mentor and teach and build teamwork.
Yes.
Because I can't do this job by myself.
Yes.
I need everybody to be on the same page to strive.
But by them putting you in that position, that meant you were superior. See? That's why it's just contradictory. Any way you throw it, think about it.
No, I understand.
You wouldn't be in the position you're in if,
with that title and that position, yes. But at the same time, if we're not building a team to, again, if I'm gone for the day or if I had an appointment or had to take some time off from work, who's going to hold it down?
Yeah.
It couldn't just be me. So that's what I was trying to build.
Yeah.
And with that came with a lot of frustration. And so when I went to go see my therapist, did I blame a lot of things on other people because I didn't understand why they were
doing what they were doing?
Yeah. And so, I can see where that part of the narcissistic trait comes from.
Yes.
I also know after talking to my therapist and you a lot was knowing that the start of the relationship, because again, like you said, I was put in that position to be their superior, to be their supervisor. I shouldn't have crossed certain lines to make it a friendlier environment.
Yes.
Because they didn't earn that yet. Lessons learned. For me, like it says in here, difficulty with criticism and feedback, hypersensitive to perceived slights. I mean, to a degree, because I don't want to be less than what I am, right? That I know I am, right?
Does.
Exactly. If you have the entitlement, the sense of superiority entitlement, no one wants to feel like you're ever doing a bad job.
Yeah.
Or ever doing anything that is less than.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, though. There is some people that don't care about that. Think about it.
Yeah. But even in our relationship,
crazy.
I would like to know where I'm lacking, if I'm not doing something good in, so I can be better. I
Yes.
want to be better.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Even at work,
Yeah.
If I'm doing something wrong, please tell me. I don't know everything. Just like We're here learning about life.
Yeah.
But if I can't be better every day or try to be, I'm just stuck.
Yeah. And when you told me that you had spoke to your therapist and even how she phrased it and stuff, like how they phrase things, hey, have you ever thought about, it's like, just say it. Just
Right.
say what you're trying to say.
Right.
Like, I don't like that, you know. And again, you're a wonderful father and you're a wonderful husband. Are you a pain in the butt sometimes? Yeah. I'm a pain in the butt. Talk about entitled. So,
If the audience can see my face right now. No, but you should feel entitled. I should be able to give you that level of comfort for you to express that entitlement, that spoiledness, that
and I do. I
yeah,
exercise my right every day.
you should. I want you to.
Yeah,
That means I'm going to take care of it. And I'm doing a good job because you're doing it every day.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So that brings me to, not every person that gets diagnosed with something or has some ailment, even if they really do have the thing like narcissism or anything else, does not mean, to all my narcissists out there, doesn't mean you can't have a beautiful, wonderful life and that you don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some guys are just pieces of junk. Like, I'm sick of them
Yes.
getting a title. No, you're just a piece of junk. Let's not try to put a label on it to sugarcoat your poor behavior. I
Right.
swear that's another thing about the labels, is that you just get to call it something and then that's it, instead of people taking accountability for those negative actions.
The point of therapy is to get better. So everybody should be doing better in life
Yes.
and not be stuck in that narcissistic behavior all the time. Take the good out of it.
Yes.
Be entitled.
Like,
Feel
in
superior.
certain situations, I love the narc in you. Like, when
Yes.
it comes to dealing with like crowds or outside things, or, you know, things not in the home, like, there is great qualities, again, that
Good parts
the good
of
parts.
an art.
Yes, that's what he told me when we first got together.
I did. Because I believe in it, right? Looking at the definition, I am the good parts.
Yeah.
Because I want to be.
Yeah. Again, everybody has a choice. I understand, okay, there is psychiatrists, doctors, everything coming out and saying that narcissism is something that they're not able to treat. That they're not able
Oh,
to
really?
treat. Yes, they say they cannot treat it. Yeah. And they say it's because it's like a child in crisis and they're holding on to a life raft. So how can you tell someone, you know, that's like somebody drowning and having a life raft, and you're just like, oh, let go of the raft. You'll
Right.
be okay. Let go. Yeah, right. You're not going to let go because it's survival. It's a survival mechanism.
I can understand that to a degree, but you should learn how to swim.
Yes, you have to. You have to.
Swim.
That was really good.
You know, it's a great analogy for, for you to say that they're holding on to a life raft as a survival tool. And if you're just surviving, you're not thriving.
Yes.
So in order for you to thrive, you have to learn how to swim. You have to learn how to let go.
But that'll go into if people are willing and ready and want to change.
Right, of course, that you can lay out an entire playbook for people in
Yes.
life. We have books all over the world
Mm-hmm.
to do so. But if you're not willing to apply those teachings, to apply those theories and philosophies, you're just going to be stuck where you're at. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. We go back to how therapy is just supposed to help you and guide you through whatever crisis or whatever tendencies you're going through so you can be better.
Yeah.
You don't want to be stuck there
No.
with being a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath. Like, if you're okay with that, that's where you're going to be.
Yeah.
But if you're not taking the good out of those character traits or those behaviors,
You can't just be like, I'm a narcissist, I'm a psychopath, a sociopath, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, do good with them and flip the script. Never let somebody tell you who you are and try to sum up what your life can be, could be, would be, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You make your own way.
yeah, other people don't define you. Your
Yes.
actions do.
Yes. So even if you're labeled or anything else, you cannot let that be your story. You owe it to yourself, your family members, whoever.
Yeah. Even to bring up the point where how your childhood was,
Yes.
how you were raised, should never let that define you, because you have optimal amount of time to figure your life out and to make it what you want it to be.
Yeah, it doesn't matter your background. Again, background labels of what people try to label you, race, anything.
Nope. Don't let it. Be your own person. Have your own ideas.
Don't let society tell you who you are. No, seriously. I mean, even our son, I mean, he's on the spectrum, got diagnosed young, 7, 8, and they wanted to put him on medication. And I was like, oh, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And then people meet him now or anything else and are like, I can't even tell. I'm like, yeah, it took a lot of work, but again, no meds.
Right. You shouldn't
Diet
need it.
changes, all that, but not medicine. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Took some
Yeah.
meds and didn't like it. I had to quickly stop because it made me feel different,
Like a completely different person.
and I didn't like that feeling. So I can understand your stance on that as well, because it just didn't help me. It didn't benefit me. And so trying to fix something, again, fix
Mhm.
without properly nurturing it.
Let's talk about that. That is a coin term. Everybody's ADHD now. And
Oh my
honestly,
goodness.
maybe because of social media and stuff, people have got dumbed down. People do have more anxiety because there's more going on in the world. There's all these things that could have
Factors and
manifested.
variables, right.
Yes, that could have manifested themselves. But again, if you're truly an ADHD person, it just means your brain works differently. There is nothing wrong with it. But we set the label, so we set the tone, and people think they're crazy and there's something wrong when you can just figure it out. Now, I'm not saying if you don't choose to take medicine and it's really that bad, that is your right. Do that if it's that bad and you need some stability. But there is a lot of people out there that could just change some things about their life or
yeah.
work to
From-
make sure things are okay. Like certain people, I like keeping my shoes on because it makes me want to leave the house. It makes me productive. I don't get stuck inside. Like there's little tricks and things you can try,
Yes.
different foods,
Absolutely.
meditation, things without the medicine before. I would try everything before you get put on medication.
We are creatures of habit, patterns. In order to change something about it, you need to break that cycle,
Yes.
break that chain. In our relationship, I had a lot of habits that I would do until we talked about it. I saw it for what it was, and I immediately changed it.
Yes. Well, he's the master at that. So not everybody can do that. Not everybody can be like, hey, I heard what you said. I get it. I'm going to implement it immediately.
Right. And there's no pressure, rush to do that, but you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah. Acknowledge and accept.
Yeah.
That is one of the first, that's what got me through. I acknowledge it. I said, okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now it's been a few doctors. I will accept it. It is what it is. And what do I do about it
Exactly.
without medication?
Exactly. Yes.
Do I have a problem with me? Do I have no. Like there was a lot of things that I don't have a problem with.
Yes. And that is another strong point, is to not feel like you have a problem.
Yes.
You have to be strong in this endeavor we call life. Life is rough. So you have to have yourself. You always have to have your back to push forward.
Yeah. The manipulative part gets me though, because
All of it.
they don't say that, like I said, everybody has some narcissism or narcissistic traits. And don't tell me every person hasn't manipulated some situation in their life
Oh, for sure.
or hasn't manipulated their job or hasn't lied on their resume or hasn't.
Yeah.
So it's just so vague, even those
And that's what I was saying earlier.
descriptions and definitions. It's like, come on.
Because we're looking at these definitions by Google, and there's some sort of similarities with all of these behaviors and whatnot.
And I love the lack of empathy part because in the context that they're saying it in, they're saying, oh, well, you just have to care about everybody. You can respect everyone. You can show everyone decency, but you don't have to. I'm sorry if the neighbor that I don't know passes away, I'm not going to cry about it. That causes people to get upset when it's like, if it's not my family, my children, my husband, my mother, my family, that's insane. I feel like that's crazy the other way. There has to be something wrong with you. Like how superstars will pass away on TV and
yes.
people don't even know who they are. Now that's a mental illness.
Yes, or line up to see this
Yes,
person
and it
walk out
affects
of a
their
building.
entire life.
Yes,
like
people
they
passing out.
cry, meltdowns. That's insane to me.
Yes,
That should be
strange
diagnosed. Yeah.
I would never.
How do you feel that way for someone you've never met or you don't, aren't in close contact with? This isn't your best friend. This isn't your complete stranger or celebrity on the TV who we already know how they're portrayed isn't real.
Absolutely. I can never rationalize with that train of thought to
Yes.
flock in masses
Mm-hmm.
to. That's
Like
probably
it
why
was
I've
your
never been to a concert.
sister or your seriously, because
But
it's hard to understand.
I don't even do that for limited releases on shoes. What I
Yeah.
would do for a person doesn't make no sense.
But they would say, we're not empathetic.
I Yes, I can see that, but I shouldn't have empathy for somebody for
Exactly.
something
How could you?
I would never understand.
Would I maybe, like if neighbor's husband passed away, would I feel bad like for his wife like
Oh,
that must suck like,
yeah, and that's a
I
difference.
understand that.
Hmm.
But empathy, how can you feel a type of way about something or someone that you had no connection to? How's that even possible?
Like I could feel empathy in the room of
Yes.
the people
Yes.
if I happen to walk into,
Mm-hmm.
the wake or whatever.
Ye-
Yes. Will I sit there and pay my respect? Like, of
Yes.
course,
Of
that's
course.
different. That's not showing lack of empathy to
Yeah.
me, right?
No, it's not to me either.
But I'm not gonna sit here and bawl my eyes out with you or go
Yes.
and curl up under my covers and cry about somebody I don't.
Yeah.
So,
What are a couple other things in the narcissism that they
need for constant admiration, validation, exploitative and manipulative
see?
behavior.
Even that, the need for validation or the whatever, who doesn't want to be validated?
To a degree.
Who, I mean, everybody kind of wants to, if you're really
Yeah.
busting your butt at work or you're doing something or you accomplish something, it's nice or people like when you notice, when other
Yeah.
people notice.
Yes.
Everybody likes to be validated, not saying everybody needs it or anything, but still, that's part of our human connection
Right.
is doing stuff. We want people to notice the good that we do. So is that a need for validation? We would like to be validated.
Right.
Some people,
I think when I was working, the validation came from the people to know I helped them.
yes. And it's nice,
It
right?
is.
Okay.
I didn't need a, hey, you're doing a great job or
Yeah,
you killed
do
it on
your
this
job.
project.
No.
That's standard.
Yeah.
That should be without being explained. I should excel and be given my 100% because my name is on it.
Exactly.
But if I can take care of people and show them things or tell them about certain things, even in this podcast, that's what we're doing it for. That's the validation I need. That we're being heard, understood. The exact causes of narcissism are unknown, but it is believed to be influenced by a combination of factors, including genetics, early childhood experiences, parenting styles, and social factors.
And I promise that's where they all say they come from,
Of course.
is child development.
Yep.
That's another thing. When are we going to let go of that?
Yeah,
I'm
people
not
hold on to
saying
that as a
there's
crutch.
children. And what's crazy is the people who have went through so much, I mean, horrific things, getting
Yes.
abused by family members and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they'll be thriving once they get out of that situation or
Mhm.
whatever. And it's like, if they can do it, anybody can.
Yes. Going back to that life raft, stop using your past. We talked about this just now, a few minutes ago. Stop holding it on to it like a crutch.
Yes.
I preach that. I believe in it. I embody. You can be your own person. Again, we're adults at this.
Yeah. After you're grown, like 25 and up, you can't blame past factors, like even like we said, where you came from or anything else. Yeah. You can never stay stagnant in anything.
Yeah, I can take my past relationships and learn from all that stuff and do better. Yes, and do better. And so if we're not acknowledging, accepting, learning, and growing from it, we're just going to be stagnant.
And it's never good to be stagnant at any point in life. To sum up what we spoke about today, labels. Don't let anybody label you. And even if they medically label you, try every option before you try medicine. You cannot let it define you. Just accept it and move forward. Don't let things like labels tell you who you are or who you should be. We all have a story. We all have a future, past, and you can't let your past define who you are, who you want to be.
Yes, absolutely. And from a diagnosed narcissist and a diagnosed borderline personality disorder couple, we're thriving, we're happy, we're loving life, and we're doing great things. Thanks for tuning in to Back to Basics. See you on the next one.
Bye.